injured myself, I went to so many different PTs, and I'm like, no, this, like, you're not hearing me. This, I know we can fix this. I know this is something's connected. I went to the hospital for special surgery in New York and did a running analysis.
Yeah.
But like, it was always the same thing. And then the wedges come in and the feet mechanics, and I'm running better than I have in years.
Yeah, I was telling, so someone came in and he was just like, you have a treadmill here? It's like, you guys like work around here? I was like, I do. No treadmill though, because I just don't think it's worth doing these assessments, because you can tell how someone's gonna look when they run just based on how they shift their weight forward on their feet. And if you can fix that in the nervous system, it's gonna carry over to the way they run. And so far that theory had not failed yet. But it's probably intense, right? When you're in the running, whatever, what they do to put like cameras on you, and how's that work?
Yes, they put cameras on you, and I think there was like an imprint of this, and I remember thinking, okay, this is gonna, after several PTs, this is going to. But I had it in me to keep going. Like, I knew, like, no, you're just not gonna be able to run again wasn't an answer for me.
Right.
Because I was in like decent shape, but like I couldn't run without my hip bothering me.
Yeah. So what did they recommend after you did the whole running analysis? Like, what was the end like recommendation after all that?
I think maybe like putting something in my shoe, and then they sent me to a different PT.
What did that PT do after the running analysis?
Like nothing really.
Really?
Worked on my glutes. Like, I just got frustrated, and then they wouldn't watch your form.
Right.
And I was like, but no, you need to make sure I'm doing it right. Then that's when I got into Pilates.
Right. And Pilates made a difference.
Pilates made a huge difference, but I can see why, because now, like learning what I've learned from you, the kind of general principles is like focusing on your alignment.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like enough, but that was the one thing that kept me.
Yeah, Pilates is great with the alignment. I think what we do is just take it a step further and put your feet on the ground. Because now we need to fight gravity upright.
Exactly.
And we can figure that out. Well, we figure out a lot of other things along with that, if we can get that piece going. Yeah.
And that's what, and now I can see, oh, that's why the other stuff didn't work, that I felt better doing Pilates. It wasn't quite enough, but that got me feeling better. And then that's why, like, doing that alignment, standing, the footwork, and all of that, so much better.
You know, intuitively, I think everyone kind of knows or feel that these things are connected, like the reason why my hip hurt and how I have this left thing on my left knee and this right side shoulder thing. We all kind of intuitively know it's connected, but for whatever reason, Western medicine had never really tried to give it any thought.
Right.
And once you get that connection and you see it, and it's like, oh my God, I feel like I'm validated. It's like this whole time I knew it was connected. Finally, we are connecting it.
Right.
And that's like functional medicine.
Breathing better, like getting my shoulders to move helps the way I walk and run and all of that, all connected. And so it's the same thing with like much of your immune system is in your gut, and when you start to get that right, and when you start to
it goes even further too. Like I'm starting to learn a little bit about the eyes, like how your eyes look, because of course your nervous system and eyes is just boom, right? If you can't see well, your balance, your equilibrium is gonna be all thrown off. And there are instances in which I still remember this one case a long time ago. It's like this girl I was seeing, she had this hip issue, and I've thrown everything at her, and it's just not for the lack of trying. Maybe I just don't have the amount of skill set that I have right now to address the issue. But one thing that was very interesting is that when she had her glasses on, she looked like this. And when she took her glasses off, her body's like this. Crazy. Glasses on, looking straight, glasses off, rotated. And it has to do something with the vision and how the nervous system have to balance everything based on what's going on with the vision. So I'm slowly kind of like getting into a little bit of that, but I don't want to go too deep because I don't want to become an optometrist.
Right. I mean, you can go. It's when you dig deeper, it's just all connected.
I'm going to say one more thing. It's about rotation, and this is something I've been kind of thinking about, is that everything that we do is operating off rotating over an axis. Even when we do this, it's not just the elbow going back and forth. There's a little bit of rotation that happens, even though it doesn't look like it. When we walk, rotation, the cells in our body rotate, the gut, everything needs to kind of rotate.
Yeah.
And then the universe rotates. So it's like rotation is like the ultimate movement of the entire universe, starting from small to massive. I don't know where the idea is going to take me, but it's just something that I'm kind of like thinking a little bit deeper about. And who knows? I love physics too, so physics kind of, whenever I can kind of take what I know and go way into like superstring theory or like quantum mechanics, quantum like physics or whatever, it's always interesting.
Does that make sense? Because I always loved chemistry, so the chemistry of how it all works and how I ended up like doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, the chemistry is not there for me. It is all like the physics, wavelengths, and things like that. Like, you know, I know a guy, he's just did all the anatomy, did all that stuff, and then ended up with energy work. And energy work, I mean, it sounds like, oh my God, this is like cuckoo thing, but when I dive a little bit deeper, it's physics in a way. Yeah. It's like wavelengths and how certain people have certain energies that resonates in the air. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. That's a whole nother can of worms.
And I have to say, like, a lot of that stuff, like, long time ago, I would have, like, been like, what do you mean? But now, like, I've embraced it all, and I can see how that all really helps people.
Yeah, just opening up this door possibility.